Rohan.
What's up, disciplined investor?
We got Benzinga CEO Jason Raznick here with us.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Nash.
Peter Schiff's on the Power Hour with us live today. Interesting, different, unique, innovative companies. Mia, you are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Jessica Billingsley, that is the CEO of Akerna, the best trade idea resource out there. Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday, or as I like to call it, Hump Day. Spencer Israel hates when I do that, but that's all right. We like Spencer. What's up, guys? We are back at it on the Power Hour. My name is Luke. I will be joined by Jason Raznick here shortly. I'm going to start today's show with the way that I start every single show, which is remind you guys what we're doing here. Why are we spending this time together? You know, this is the ZingerNation family. And it's because we want this to be the best trade idea resource out there. That's what we're going for, guys. If we are not delivering on that promise, tell us, call us out, because then we're wasting both of our times. We want ideas to come from myself. We want ideas to come from Jason. We want ideas to come from our guests. And most importantly, from all of you out there, that's ZingerNation, here with us all day, every day. First air horn for ZingerNation. Guys, we're doing something a little bit different today. We're going to try something new. It could go very horribly, but we are going to be taking in listener calls. Imagine your favorite raunchy radio show where you have people call in to complain about things or talk about stock ideas, whatever it is. We want to keep it focused on stock ideas, but we're going to try to plug in some listener calls. Producer Rohan is going to give me a double thumbs up whenever that's ready, and we'll get the phone number on there and get rolling with that. All right, let me take you guys through our agenda today. First things first, let's talk about this market as a whole. We've got some bad stuff going on today. So we're going to talk about the market as a whole. We're going to move some things around in the portfolio and just set ourselves up a little bit for I don't know, so some happier trading. I'm going to be selling some calls against some positions that I already own. Let's bring some of those cost bases down. We'll get a little bit more conservative. We'll stop out of a couple positions that we have. So that's where we'll start. I then have a new trade that I'm putting on. I'm putting on a YOLO earnings trade. It's not totally YOLO because I do have some sort of thesis for it. But we'll be putting a trade on into an earnings report later this week. I did a little preview yesterday. This is an options trade that we're going to do. We're just going to buy some naked puts and hope that the stock moves down with our thesis. So we'll be getting to that. We're bringing on Bull Trade Finder at 12:30, talking some swing trading. We're bringing on Lizard King coming on at 1 o'clock. Favorite of the chat. It's been too long since he's been back with us. And then at 1:30, we're going to be talking some Gen Z stocks. So we've got a nice little jam-packed day ahead of us. I guess, but before we get into the sort of the market madness that we have today and some of this selling off that we have, I'm getting hammered, at least, and maybe not all of you are, but I'm at least getting hammered. I do want to start with a little bit of an ask. Let me load this page up on my screen. Okay. I'm going to share my screen, and I want to look at this new options page. This is something that I've been working on for the past couple of weeks, is getting an unusual options activity page up on Benzinga.com for you guys. It's something that we've had a ton of people asking for, and we've got the first iteration up. It's not done yet, but I want to throw a bounty out there to everybody in ZingerNation. Help us, help you. I'm dropping the link in the chat here. Please send us an email to powerhour@benzinga.com. Again, it's powerhour@benzinga.com. I'll put that in the chat as well, powerhour@benzinga.com. And tell us how we can make this page better, right? We know that there's work that needs to be done on it. So somebody emailed in last week. They said we need to be able to search by ticker. So check this out. We now have a nice little ticker search. So when you send in your suggestions, they do not fall on deaf ears. I read every single email that comes into powerhour@benzinga.com. I usually read it, laying horizontally on my phone at about 2 a.m. But I will read every single email that you send. I will respond to every single email. We'll add our product team in there. We want this to be the best options page on the internet, just like we want this show to be the best trade idea show out there. So again, check out that unusual options activity page. Tell us how we make the page better. and there's some cool stuff in there. You know, like we now have your ability to sort by tickers. Check this out: dates till expiration. You know, you can say I only want unusual options trades that are you know, within a month or so of expiring. You can say I want unusual options trades that are way out, more than 300 days out. Are there even any today? Let's see. Yeah, look at that. We've got some people buying. Like here's a good one. Let's look at this one. VIPS. What's the stock trading at? So VIPS stock's at $30. Somebody bought a ton of calls. So somebody bought $540 strike calls on VIPS, right? This is a great application of this page, right? So the stock's at $33. Somebody went out a full year. They bought the leaps. They bought 484 calls at a $40 strike. You know, it's a good third, 50% almost above where the stock is trading at now. So that's the point of this page. Again, you're gonna spam it into the chat one more time. But guys, help us help you. The big thing that we're working on with Benzinga.com this year is we're trying to make the transition from being the stock market news site, right? The site that you can go to depend for all your stock market news, but make that leap to being the stock market site. So we're going to start adding tools. We're going to start adding more features. You're going to be able to integrate your portfolio shortly. You're going to be able to put price targets on stocks and see where the crowd rates everything. So it's some cool shit that we have going on. Again, we're not going to be able to do it by ourselves, right? We don't think that we're the smartest people in the world at this stuff. We're depending on ZingerNation to help us, and that's actually half the reason why we're doing this show. Is to start getting on better terms with you guys, so you can help us out, help us develop the site, help us develop the content, etc. So, all right, that's that. That's my ask, my opening ask. You know, sometimes I'll make an ask. You guys ask me a lot of stuff. I get to make an ask sometimes too. But check this out. I'm going to throw a zoom on here. I'm going to get rid of myself to make this bigger. But we've got some bad stuff going on today, guys. So we got my Benzinga Pro screener on here. Let's look at the S&Ps. SPY's at 390. That means that the index is at 390.6. So 3,906. On the right-hand side, or the left-hand side of the screen here, I've got a list of all of our stocks that are up and down today, the biggest gainers and losers. We've got a lot of red sitting at the top of this, right? There, if you own EHang, great, good for you. You might actually be in the green today. I am not. So let's hammer through some of these tickers. Let's talk about how we're playing this today. First one I want to pull up, ticker PYPL, PayPal. And I'm going to start too, I guess, by saying I'm more than 100% long right now. I don't love being more than 100% long. Can we get Zach Morris in here? Yes, we can get Zach Morris in here. You just got to tweet at him and tell him, hey, come on the Benzinga Power Hour, baby. Let's go. But all right. PayPal. PayPal, it was making a hell of a run. Here's a 2-day chart. Here's a 5-day chart. We've been in this stock since 220. So we've had a really nice run there on PayPal. The momentum is cracked, right? I always like to say when I have winners on, our thesis on PayPal is it's going to benefit when crypto runs. It did. Again, the stock went from 220 to over $300. When the momentum's running, when the momentum's behind you, let the thing run. Let the momentum go. Keep it in there. We kept it in there. Momentum is cracked. Look at this, where it's getting hammed a little bit today. S&P is down 0.5%. PayPal is down 3.5%. So we are going to go ahead and close PayPal in the live portfolio. So when I pull that up tomorrow, PYPL, big X out, you're not going to see it anymore. Here's a live portfolio for context. We're down about $1,800 today. It's better than we were this morning. So again, this is the live interactive brokers account. We show it every single day, so you guys see all the positions that we have on here. We're getting hammed a little bit today. It makes me a little bit nervous. So PayPal, we're going to go ahead and close that trade out on some of these more speculative positions that we have in the portfolio. So I'm going to talk about two tickers in particular. HIMS. HIMS is getting hammered today. Yeah, there's our scream sound. HIMS getting hammered today. Stock is down 10%, all the way running back down to $20 here. 5-day chart, 1-month chart. Doesn't look pretty. We do have some support on HIMS. Let me zoom in here. All right, so we've got a little bit of support. We've got some buying activity right around this $20 level in the past. It did crack below that. It's fought back up to there. There could be more downside below. I still really like this stock long term, guys. I'm going to throw this one out to ZingerNation. First question that I'm going to ask you guys of the day. If you guys like HIMS, you're in the stock, you believe in it, throw me the 1 in the chat. If not, throw me the 2. I want to get a sense of where everybody is at. And yeah, there's a couple of PayPal lovers out there. Sorry, guys. I'm closing the trade. I'll take some money off the table. We made $70 a share. Come on. That's good. Round of applause for PayPal there. But HIMS, throw me the 1 if you like HIMS. Throw me the 2 if you don't like it. I still like the stock. Basically the thesis, the basis for it is that I think it's like a sexy telemedicine play. I think this is actually the sexy telemedicine play, right? Of all the telemedicine stocks out there, I think this is the one that has the potential to be a long-term winner. It's an appealing brand. It's an appealing web experience. They've got a lot of infrastructure set up, and you guys hate it. That makes me like it more. Okay, y'all hate it. I'm hanging out on this one. Obviously, we've seen the momentum fall out of SPACs a little bit recently. So what I'm going to do on HIMS is we're going to sell some calls against this one. And this is sort of a demo that a lot of people have been asking us for. So let me pull it up. Ticker HIMS. HIMS. We're going to the options chain. All right. We own 200 shares of this stock. And let's see. So we're going to go out a month. Come on, Interactive Brokers. You can do it. You can do it. All right, let me throw Interactive Brokers a refresh here. While this is loading, guys, take a second. Like the stream. Let me see. I'm clicking over to the YouTube. Sorry, you're going to have to watch double YouTube. All right, 739 likes. I think it may be time for another Benzinga Pro giveaway, guys. I'm going to watch this one. Whoever has the most recent comment when we get up to 850 likes on the stream is going to get that free Benzinga Pro. We did this gimmick last week. You guys loved it. I mean, it turned the comments into a mess. So I'll be watching it on the low. Whoever has the comment when we get up to that 850 mark, then we're doing another Benzinga Pro giveaway. But share this stream. If we only have 870 people in here every day, it's we're a business. It's got to make sense. It's not quite enough people. That's why we need ZingerNation here. But all right, let's do some covered calls on HIMS. So we own 200 shares of the stock. All right, we're gonna go out to March. We're gonna look at these calls here. I am going to go all the way to the $30 strike here. Okay, the stock again, HIMS, HIMS. The stock is trading at $20 a share. I'm going to sell the $30 calls. Okay, and let me explain to you guys what that means. So that means I'm going to lower my cost basis on each share that I own by another 70 cents. All right, it's another couple percent. And the only risk that I'm taking on is that if HIMS runs above 30, I have to sell my shares of the stock for $30 a share, right? So I'm going to sell the calls. I'm going to take $70 per contract as cash into my account today. It's not a ton of money, but hey, we're lowering our cost basis by 70 cents a share. And the only risk that I'm taking on is that if the stock runs above 30, I've got to sell the stock at $30. Okay, that's 50% higher than what the stock is trading at today. If this thing actually gets a sign of life, runs at 35, I've got to sell it for 30. Effectively, I'm selling it for 30 and 70 cents because I'm selling these contracts now. Great, I'm fine with it. We'll take 50% run on this thing, call it a day. Maybe we'll buy more, maybe we won't. But that's the deal, guys. So I'll switch to the right account here. There it is. All right, so I'm going to throw the limit in here at 70 cents. We'll go over this trade one more time. So I'm hitting submit the sell order. There it is. So again, guys, we are selling covered calls, right? So we own 200 shares of HIMS stock. We are selling 2 contracts of the $30 strike. Okay, so that means we're getting $140 into the account today. The only risk that we're taking on is that if HIMS makes a run above 30, we have to sell the stock for $30 a share. Again, that's 50% delta from where the stock's at now, right? 50% higher than where we're trading at right now. If that has to happen, great. I will take 50% on this trade all day and move on to the next one. And again, it makes us a little bit more conservative, right? We've got some market shakiness today. I want to get a little bit more conservative. So that's the deal. I'm doing this with some of my more speculative plays. I'm going to actually do it with another stock here, CLOV. And I see somebody in the chat saying, what is the next big pick? I've got it. The next big pick is coming. Okay, I'm about to make a big ballsy ass trade in a minute here. And we're gonna know if we're right or not on the trade in just a couple seconds. Okay, and I said 850. Where are we at? 795. All right, keep going. Again, whenever we get up to that 850 like mark, whoever has the most recent comment in Benzinga Pro or in the chat is getting a Benzinga Pro subscription. Again, I'll say it a little bit more clearly. When we hit that 850 like mark, guys, tell me in the chat when we're getting close. I will look. Whoever has the most recent comment there in the chat is getting the Benzinga Pro. Let's go. Benzinga Pro, pro.benzinga.com. That's what I'm using every day when I'm looking at news, data, earnings dates, all that sort of thing. But all right, let's look at this Clover Health. Again, we're going to sell covered calls against this one. We have, I believe, 200 shares of this stock as well. Sorry, guys, I own a lot of stocks rather than just a couple that are super concentrated. The stock is trading at around $11 per share. Let's do a good old refresh again. All right, going up. All right, stock's trading at about $11 per share. We're going to kick it out a month. And we are going to look at this $15 strike. We are going to go ahead, pick the right account. We're going to sell 2 contracts here. Again, we're going to put it up to 70 cents. And so what this means is we're lowering our cost basis on Clover Health by 70 cents per share. Okay, we don't have a big position in it. We've got a little bit. I want to de-risk some of these, riskier, more speculative stocks that we have. Again, I own a ton of stocks rather than tight concentrations in a few of them. 70% of the portfolio is ETFs. So maybe we'll do the ETF game later this week and talk about how we build the ETF portfolio. But we're gonna hit the submit sell button. Submit order is out there. There it goes. And so when this order fills, we're getting $140 today. Again, it's not a lot of money, but we're lowering our cost basis on the stock by 70 cents per share. And then the only risk that we're taking on by lowering that cost basis is that if Clover makes a run above 15 within the next 30 days, we've got to sell the stock for 50% above where the stock is now. So we make 50% on this stock. That's fine. Let's go. Right. The risk is defined and the risk is capped at we make 50%. I think it's fine, especially I'm a little bit spooked by some of these down days that we've been having over the past couple of weeks. So those are the trades that we're making. All right. That's how we're managing today. Let's look at a couple other hot tickers, guys. If you have tickers that you want us to look at on the show, drop them in the chat. We do have some time today to get to them. But let's look at some others. TRCH, Torchlight. Who's in Torchlight? Throw me the 1 if you're in Torchlight. Throw me the 2 if you're not in it. I am in this stock. We got a little bit of a retreat. We're down 11%. This thing is more of an investment for me than anything else. I am hanging out in this one. I will sit on the Torchlight position for a little bit here. Believe in my boy Hugh. He came on the show and pitched it last week. I saw this yesterday. He pitched it. It was at $2.40. So here, let's go to a 5-day chart. $2.40 stock ran to almost $5. Let's go. So we're hanging out in Torchlight for a little bit. We'll let it ride. We will sit on this thing for a little bit here. I'm not adjusting the position at all. If you guys are, let us know in the chat how you're doing that. Some other ones. We already did HIMS. Let's look at Tiger. TIGR is another favorite of mine, getting hammered today. Stock was up 20% today. It's down 10 today on, general market weakness. I believe very strongly in all of the online brokerage stocks. I am loaded up on these online brokerages. Charles Schwab, Tiger, IG Group, Interactive Brokers. I own all of these. I own all of them in volume. I think that the online brokerages are going to have a crazy quarter, right? I think the analysts are going to revise their estimates upward. We're going to see some price appreciation there. Whenever they get to actually reporting earnings, I think that the things are just going to run. The account opening numbers on these online brokerages, guys, I'm telling you, are going to be insane. Right, we track the number of people going from Benzinga.com over to online brokerages. It's literally up 4 times higher than our COVID bump. COVID happened, a ton of people opened brokerage accounts. We got a nice little run up there. GameStop happened, and every single week since GameStop, we've had 4x the number of people opening new brokerage accounts than we have had when COVID happened. All right, so Tiger, yes, it's down 10% today. It's a long-term holding of mine. I'm hanging out in it. I'm sitting in the stock. There's the deal there. And let me take a sec. Let me just write down some of these other stocks you guys are looking at. GHIV. We have BRCX. All right. So we'll look at some of these when we get going there. And producer Rohan, can we take calls yet? Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys. That's the timer. And we are taking listener calls on the Power Hour. Let's go. All right, that gets me fired up. Guys, we are 15 likes away from being able to do this Benzinga Pro giveaway. Again, whoever has the most recent comment in the chat when we hit that 850 like mark is getting their Benzinga Pro subscription. Share the stream, like the stream so I can give somebody this Benzinga Pro. When we get up to that 840 mark, it's going to be some madness there. All right, 842. Let's go. I'm watching the chat tight, guys. Who's getting it? Who's getting it? 48. 48. Oh, God. There it is. All right. I got to scroll back a little bit. All right. SPAC broker. SPAC broker. SPAC broker. You are the winner of today's Benzinga Pro contest. Again, I know it's a gimmick. Is this show about gimmicks? Yes. I say that it's about trade ideas. It is. First and foremost, it's about trade ideas. Second, it's about having fun. Third, it is definitely absolutely about gimmicks. If it wasn't about gimmicks, we wouldn't have a freaking soundboard. There we go. So, all right, Power Hour at benzinga.com. Send that in, all right? Drop that email in saying you won. Luke will hook it up. Let's go, baby. That's how we do things at the Power Hour. All right. So there's the move there. And all right, I'm going to give producer Rohan a nod here. I guess let's look at GHIV really quick. A couple people have put that one in the chat. Wait, GHIV is now UM Wholesale UMWC. There we go. Right? Did I do that right? Yeah. Cool. All right. This is tough. This is sort of an ugly chart, guys. As much as I think this one is sort of interesting, that the chart is ugly. The trend is your friend, guys. We've seen a hell of a rotation out of SPACs, not just this one, but out of all of them, right? I just took two. I took HIMS and I took Clover. I sold covered calls against those because it lowers the cost basis. The only risk that I have to take on is that I'm selling the stock at a 50% profit, right? I'm fine with that. But before I put any more money into SPACs, so I'm getting hammered on some of them, right? Before I put any more money into it, I want to see a little bit of positive momentum on these things, right? The positive momentum definitely isn't there. I mean, we look at, I mean, let's pull up a couple others that we like in the show. Car Lots has a little bit of it today. You know, let's see if we get some more conviction into the close. But again, I think that a lot of these SPACs, be careful. I'm not adding. I trimmed last week, sold covered calls this week. If we see the tide change in SPACs and we are going to load the F up, we're going to get super long these things. But that's my deal there, guys, is I'm hanging out on them. We'll see what happens. If you're in CCIV, you're like the outlier, right? Look at that thing running. Congratulations, all the CCIV guys. I was not in this one. I was sort of a hater on CCIV, but y'all liked it. Good for you. Let's throw this one out there. All right. If you guys had to get long CCIV, so this is Churchill Capital. It's a company that's supposed to make the merger with Lucid. If you guys like this one long, hit the one. You had to buy it right now. You can't abstain. You have to vote long or short. You have to buy it right now. $53, hit the one. You have to sell it right now. $53, hit the two. I'm definitely a two on this thing. I want to see where you guys are at. But give me a sense there. I think that a lot of the jig is up. Could it move a little bit higher? I think a little bit. The deal falls through. It's absolutely gonna get holy crap. All right, you guys like this stock. I think if the deal falls through, obviously you're gonna get hammered. The deal actually gets confirmed, it might go a little bit higher. The deal gets confirmed, it could actually go a little bit lower too. Right? I mean, it's I don't know. I think the jig is up on this one. I was saying it at 35. Been dead wrong on it. So there's the deal. Wait, and can we take calls, producer Rohan? Oh shit.
I'll put the number up now.
All right, guys. The phone number is going up. We have our first guest. Nick is coming on. There it is. There's the phone number. Whoever calls first is getting patched through on the Power Hour. I want to start doing this every day if it goes well and it's not a total disaster. call in, give your quick stock pitch, give your little commentary. All right, you yell at me, yell at Jason, yell at Nick from Bull Trade Finders coming on in a minute here. But we have the dial in. It's ready. It's up there on the screen. First caller's there. Let's go. Put him on. All right, first caller hung up. Damn. All right, it's a rough start. I said this might be sort of a disaster. Let's see what happens, guys. The phone number's there. We'll leave it open for another 30 seconds. If we don't, we got 6 calls at once. Keep calling. All right, this is not a professional operation by any means. I said the show is first about stock ideas, second about fun, third about gimmicks. Our gimmicks are not super put together. Keep calling, and we'll figure this out. It keeps Okay, Rohan's saying that it's getting so many calls that it keeps crashing. We only have one line. All right, we don't have like the 18 line. All right, wait, is this a caller? Hello, what's up?
Hey there, is this Benzinga?
This is Benzinga. What's up, man?
Not much. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. I just had a quick question. What do you think about the Score Media and their plan to move to the gaming market?
All right, wait. Say that one more. Give the question one more time.
So the Score Media is moving. I've heard they're moving to the NASDAQ or the NYSE. They're in the Canadian stock market right now. They're transitioning from just like a sports scores app to the gaming market, and I don't know. I'm just wondering what you were thinking.
All right, hold on. I'm going to put a chart up on the screen for everybody. So this is the stock. And what's your name?
My name's Camille.
All right, Camille, first live caller we have on the Power Hour. Let's go. The stock that he's asking about is Score Media. Yeah, fired up, baby. That's what it's all about. Ticker TSCRF. That's Tango, Sandy, Charlie, Romeo, Foxtrot. Somebody put that in the chat to help the group out. So basically you're saying that the thing is moving to esports, and then it's also going to uplist. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So they're going to try and build, or they're going to try and incorporate like a betting platform into the live scores, and all the data that they've accumulated over the years.
All right. I mean, that's interesting. I don't know this stock. I don't know this company. I mean, it's Pink Sheets traded now, but it sounds interesting. I mean, we've seen all the energy go into the DraftKings, into the Pens, etc. If they're trying to make a similar move, I think it's sort of like my Ford play, right? I like Ford right now because I think it's going to get us some of that EV energy, right? EV energy, it's flown into every stock. If Scores is doing that in the gambling market, I think I like it. Again, I don't know anything about the company, but that's my quick take.
Right on. Okay. Nice talking to you, man. I appreciate your time.
All right, Camille. Thanks for calling, man.
Luke, that was cool. That was the first.
Yeah, the first one.
What'd you think of it?
I think it's awesome. We got so many calls that the app kept crashing that we're trying to use for this. But that was awesome.
Funny. What'd I miss?
What'd you miss? I mean, we did. All right. So I've got a hot new trade I'm about to put on. I'm about to put on a YOLO earnings trade. So we'll do that later before I hop off.
You see the rumor on here?
The what?
Someone put a rumor in the chat. Is this accurate? TSCRF?
Has a pen buyout? I don't know.
Okay.
Are you squinting?
I'm looking to see what this person's talking about. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I am squinting. So did you talk about some of the stocks that are getting killed today?
Yeah, we did TRCH, HIMS, Tiger, PayPal, Clover Health.
Didn't you guys have me buy TRCH yesterday?
How's that looking?
I mean, the Atlas guys tell me, I don't know if they're back to talk to me, to support me, to comfort me. I don't know where we're at, but I'm looking down on it. I am up on one of those trades.
Yeah, VISL, VISL.
VISL, I'm up, as you guys, 32.90 on that. but on the other one I'm down. And then and then there's a couple others that I wanted to talk about. That is Bill's down, and the one that I'm down. So again, remember what I said, guys. When you get too like cocky or too, it comes to bite you. The one that I'm down the most on, Luke, is Wingstop. My Wingstop options were up a ton, and they are not. They are selling off today. So on poor earnings, which I'm okay with because it allowed me to buy a few more shares. I'll buy it in 2 or 3 increments. And yeah, Kathy Wood is on CNBC now. She's talking the rise of thematic investing. Tesla's been selling off, so they bring her on. Remember, Kathy Wood will be coming on live with me March 4th for a half an hour. Kathy Wood from ARK Investment. Yeah, Wingstop there.
Almost your birthday. Yeah, we just looked at the numbers. The numbers don't look horrible on Wingstop.
Did we get the Kathy Wood shirts made?
Caesar, tell us in the chat.
Yeah,
we have the Kathy Wood shirts. The people need to know.
Yeah, because we have them made, and the day she's on, I'll show all you guys. If you want Kathy Wood to see you, we'll do a big share screen, and I'll have her. But did we ever get our swag sent to the office? Did Aaron Thomas ever track? Because I don't have my Benzinga swag. I do have, look, Benzinga Detroit.
Representing?
Oh, yeah. By the way, at this pool, it makes people come up to me. And
I was about to say, I bet you get people going up to you.
I actually should bring in some of the guests who come up to me. These guys, this one guy showed me his account. He has a $6 million account. He's buying and selling. I should actually bring him on live and talk about what he's trading because he is an interesting guy. But wait, I do want to read a comment. I bought TRCH with Raz yesterday at the same time, so we're both down. Yeah, Anthony Nigan, as you know, that's not how I normally trade. But Jason, do I own NSPR? Yeah, but I'm probably trimming some. I like to trim and then have more guys. I have kids talking loud. I apologize. All right. So BFLY is another one. BTN is fine, Luke. That's at 291.
Hanging out.
I have another stock thing, but I don't know if I could. I don't know. I have to find out if I can talk about it. It's too small of a small cap.
All right. Well, I've got a large cap play I'm putting on. You might come up against me on this one. We'll see.
Okay.
Let's bring Nick on.
Nick. All right, let's go. Nick. All right, Nick, come on. I'll mute myself if I'm too loud or something.
All right, hang out with us.
Fine.
What's up, man? Welcome to the Power Hour. You here to talk some stocks or what?
I'm here to talk some stocks.
All right. You always throw some valuable insight. So what are you looking at today? I'm getting hammered today. I pulled up the live account. It doesn't look good. Jason sounds like he's getting hammered too. Mm-hmm. Where are you at? What do we have?
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. The market was a little tricky this morning. Right now it's starting to go back up, which is good to see. But, we have to be cautious over the next week or two. And we could possibly see a dip, a deeper dip down. I do think the S&P 500 could hit 4,000 before we do that. But if not, it's possible we can go a little bit lower. So yeah, SPY would hit around 399 to 400 if that move occurred.
So are you net long or net short? I'm net way long still.
Yeah, no, I'm long everything as well.
All right, we're gonna get hammered together.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I dip buying opportunity soon for us. That's all.
All right, so give us some stocks you like right now.
I'm still on FLNT. I know Ripster came on and talked about that one too. Since I came on 3 to 4 weeks ago, I'm still on this stock. It's in a bull flag over the past few.
Wait, do you have a screen you can share with us?
Yep, I'm going to do that right now. Just one moment. Share. Okay, let me see. Can you see it?
Not yet. There we go. All right, we have it. I'm gonna make it really big too.
Okay.
All right.
So
again, guys, the ticker that we're talking about is FLNT, Foxtrot, Lima, November, Tango. Somebody in ZingerNation helped the group out, drop that ticker in there. But all right, keep going, Nick.
Yep. So yeah, today it went down with the market. these green little boxes or rectangles I have here are my demand zones, which is basically my supports. And you can see we're in like a little flag here, and we're getting right to the end here. Now, what's interesting about this now is, one, obviously, once we get over this 740 to 750 area, we're going to push into this new high at 790 going into 8. But what's interesting is TTD, the biggest, I guess you could say the biggest ad stock that is in this sector right here with FLNT, APPS, and MGNI, one of the big ones, reports earnings tomorrow. So the last time TTD reported earnings, I believe it went up around $150 to $200 that day. So if it obviously reports good earnings again, I'm looking for a big move, which would then, help FLNT, APPS, and MGNI. So that's what I'm looking at for here, a big breakout of this bull flag or mini wedge here, setting into the 8+ area over the next few days.
So let's say that I'm not in this stock, which I'm not. What's the price that you want to see this break above for me to get it long in it?
So what I've actually been telling people is, under this 680 to 7 area has been a good area, because it's been breaking out a little bit, getting into the 715 and 730s, but as you can see, it keeps going down. So if you want to start a position, I would start it here. Now, if you wanted to add to that position, I would truly start adding, and I know it's going to be a big price jump, but I would truly start adding over 740, 750, where we've been rejected. And that will show a sign of strength, that we broke out of the resistance and we could push higher into the new highs over $8.
All right. So I'm going to break this one down for everybody, but basically your trade, FLNT Fluent, buy now. If the stock breaks above 740, add to the position, and you want to see it get to 8+.
Correct.
When are we stopping out of this thing? Let's say we buy now. Yep. We don't see that 740. Stock goes down. When am I closing the position?
I would put a stop at around 640. So if you start a position now, that's right about a 40% dip, which is around a 7% stop loss, 7 to 8%.
Okay. All right. There's that one. What else? Give us. Will you have at least 2 for us today?
Yes, I do.
People like the ideas. There's one guy, Rossi. He does not like the ideas. The Power Hour is all about ideas. Maybe he's more of a pre-market prep person. Maybe he wants to talk biotech later with us at 2:30. But this is the idea show. So give us one more.
I have ITP here. The reason I like this one is, one, they just completed offerings. I mean, you're seeing offerings all over, so it's not like it's any difference in this name. But this one has been, you could see a lot of, buying accumulation over these, candlesticks. And the buying ones are definitely larger than the selling ones, give or take these two. Now, what I wanted to talk about here is, one, we have an inside day, which I like to see after a big move, shows consolidation, and the bottom right now is 125. So around this 125 to 130 area is a good area to start a position. And what I've been hearing on social media is they have mask news that's supposed to be coming out. It was supposed to come out in the end of January, but they pushed it back. They said mid-February, and we're right around that mark. So I'm guessing it should be out any day, and that should push this over too. This is 25% short. And another big thing is, let me just pull up my phone to just double check, but the March calls on this one, as well as the May and June, yesterday, I know they traded over 100,000 calls. Today, it's a little bit lower.
That's a lot of contracts.
Yeah, but the open interest on them is pretty high, around 15,000 plus for almost about every single one, at least 10,000 plus for almost every single one, I should say. And the volume on the put side is, minimal, as well as open interest. So it's very interesting to see all that volume being traded in those contracts at $2 and $4 strikes. So expecting to move up to those areas possibly. What I'm looking for here.
How far out is that call buying? So you're saying that people are loading up on calls at $2, $4 strikes. How far out are they buying those calls?
So the biggest ones I saw was in March, and then the next biggest was in May. So it's the closest date is February 19th, but they're starting to the biggest area that they're really buying and you're seeing the big volume is in March 19th.
Okay. And take us through the full trade again. And guys, I am going to warn out there, this is a really small stock. It's a $42-ish million market cap stock. I don't trade stocks this small. The 300 million mark, that's around where I'll start to get into things. The reason why I don't is because you can get whiplashed so hard, right? It doesn't take a ton of volume. It doesn't take a ton of dollars to move these things. But all right, give us the full setup. So if I'm not in this one now, which I'm not, when per your setup am I adding? What's the stop that I'm looking at? What's the price target?
I agree with what you just said, for sure. I mean, you got to be, careful with these. But the starter position would be $1.25 to $1.30. Stop out would be, I would say probably around like 115, 116. And so basically a 10-cent or around 8% stop loss again. And I'm looking, if they're buying this amount and if there's possible news, on the horizon, it's possible I want to break out of this trend line here going higher. And I at least want to see over 150, but possibly 2+.
Okay. So all right. So you're getting in here 152 plus, and then where's your stop at?
Let's just say around 115. That's where I'd probably do it. 114, 115. So.
Okay. So it's like it seems like you typically keep your stops around 7%, below the current price.
Yeah. Of course, it depends on the chart and the support below, but yeah, right. For these two, the past two, yes, it has been.
Okay. All right. And do you have a third? I said you've got to give us at least 2 trade ideas, but this is the power hour. This is where we do the ideas. Do you have a third one for us?
So I do not have a third, but going over one that you just talked about, I'm going to go over this one because I actually had this on my watch list this week. And the reason why is you could see this bigger cup and handle from July 27th all the way up till now. And you can see we started to take a dip after we filled that area up here. So you could definitely watch this one for a continuation and, buying area around this 450 to 460 range. And I think it should definitely go up into possibly the 6s over the next few weeks, depending on the market if it affects it.
VISL. Again, we got in that stock yesterday on the show. We bought it live. Both Jason and I did. This is one from Hugh Henney. He is a good friend of the show. Basically, he made the case for this company. Again, it's a very small stock, longer term investment for me. Hugh does amazing due diligence. I trust the guy. That's why I got into it. And we got a nice little run today.
Yeah, true. So yeah, I mean, I love the technical side of it. I actually did look at his due diligence as well, and it's very good. I trust him too. I did not open a position yet, but if I was going to, I want to buy around like 460.
All right. And Nick, I've been previewing today that I'm going to be making a trade. I've got a new position to put on today. Let's tease it. Why don't you set me up? Mine is entirely fundamental, right? I'm not a technical guy. I'm a fundamental guy. I do use technical sometimes to help me find my stops, help me find my entries, my exits, etc. But give me your read on this ticker. It's going to be bigger than the other ones. PYP, or I'm sorry. Why am I saying PYPL? I got PayPal on the mind. I closed PayPal today. Okay, it was a favorite of mine for a while, for a couple months. I closed the trade today. But sorry, PLNT. We have too many P stocks. We got PayPal. You got Planet Fitness. You got Peloton. You got Palantir. I mean, Jesus. No more IPOs that start with P this year, please. All right. Planet Fitness. Give me the technical read on it.
Okay. I haven't traded this in a long time. The last time I actually looked at this was when it fell, probably back here, honestly, when it was in the 30s, 40s. Let's see. I mean, one thing I could kind of see here is you could definitely see a rising, trend line up here. I didn't draw it, but if we wanted to do a makeshift one, you could see something like that. You could see that it's had higher lows all the way throughout. So that's one thing I like here. Now, you're in this because you think reopening is going to be very good. Is that why?
No, I didn't say I'm going long.
Oh, okay.
I said I've got a new trade idea. I didn't say which way.
Okay. Now, another thing I could see over here. Actually, no, I wouldn't really. It could be possibly a ascending triangle, but this one broke out a little bit. Honestly, I do think this looks good technically wise. Of course, like I said, the market can affect, these stocks. And I love the rising trend line that we have here. And I think this could possibly push back into the 85 range over the next few weeks, unless the market takes a toll on that and try to hit this high. And of course, if we do break this high, try to go above here around 87 and continue higher from there. Let's see, the high before was around 90. So we're almost at that mark. I think this could be a good long, and I would just start a position right now. Not go crazy with it. And if the market dips, add to it. That's my opinion on that. I think this could be a good one.
All right. Well, then why don't you stick around for my pitch, and why don't I just get into it now?
I'm ready. Let's go.
How's that? Ready? All right. Let me hold on. I need to get in my zone a little bit. We haven't done music on this show in a while. All right. Let's go. All right, guys, I am making a trade into earnings. Yes, that's right. I'm doing it. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm adding it to the stream here. Nick says technically he likes this one long. I'm going to say fundamentally, I like this one short into earnings. We had a great guest on here yesterday. So here's the chart, right? Again, Planet Fitness, PLNT is the ticker for you there. Somebody in the chat, drop it in there, help everybody out. We're doing puts on it. That's right. We're doing puts on Planet Fitness, baby. Here's why. The guest that we had on yesterday, Landon Swan from Likefolio, what they do is they track social mentions of brands, products, companies over time. Okay. And so it's really cool. It looks at Twitter, it looks at Instagram, it looks at Facebook, etc. And it sees how many people are posting about, hey, I just got my Planet Fitness membership. Okay. Check out this chart. This is a 10-year chart that we're looking at here. You see all these big lines that we have. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Okay. But see all these big little humps that we have here. It's hump day. It's Wednesday. We're calling them humps. So see all these big bumps up that we have here. This happens from our New Year's resolutioners every single year, right? It's the end of December. It's the beginning of January. Everybody's goal for the year is to get in shape. That's what we're trying to do. Every single year for 10 years until, let's get to it. Hold on. Got to zoom out. Look at this here, right? Look at the social mentions of Planet Fitness in January of 2021. I mean, it's pretty much at a low, like a 3 or 4 year low. Okay. And keep in mind, Planet Fitness, you may not think about it like this, but Planet Fitness is a subscription business, right? You buy that $10 a month, that $20 a month membership. You use it for those first 2 weeks of January. You let it run through the year. You cancel it 18 months later. That's the deal with gyms. Okay. The quarter that Planet Fitness is going to be reporting, and they're reporting tomorrow after the close. They're going to be reporting Q4, okay? That is not the quarter where they have that big spike up of memberships into the next year, Q1. But here's the deal, right? Every earnings reports, right? Earnings come out. The company publishes a press release. Here's our numbers. Here's how we did. They then have a conference call with analysts, okay? Every single company does this. On that conference call, they are going to get asked, hey, how was New Year's resolution, right? You got COVID going on. You got Peloton, right? You got all this shit going on in the world. Analysts are going to ask, how are signups looking for the start of the year? per this data set, and again, we've got 10 years of history that we're looking at here. It's bad, right? It's not good. They are not getting the wave of signups here. So I'm going to use that to go ahead and try to take a crack at Planet Fitness into earnings. Disclaimer time, right? Don't necessarily follow me into this trade. Trading anything into earnings, it's binary. You're either going to win big or you're going to lose big. It's going either way. I don't want to say that it's a crapshoot, right? Because we're going into it with a thesis. That's why we're doing it. And let me show you guys this. Let's look at a 5-year stock chart on this one. I don't even know if it's been public for 5 years. All right, here it's close, right? Public in looks like 2016. So yeah, I guess there's 5 years for us. I mean, the thing is pretty much at all-time highs, right? So we've got social data. Nobody's tweeting about it. Nobody's flexing on Instagram saying, hey, I just got my Planet Fitness, about to get fit as hell this year, right? The stock is pushing all-time highs. I think that the analysts are going to hammer them on that conference call and say, hey, are people actually signing up this year? Because this is your infusion of revenue of subscriptions for the next 12 months. And so for that reason, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try to take a crack at Planet Fitness. Tough to take a crack at anything in this market, but we're doing it. Let me see. Which contracts was I looking at? I actually prepared today. Okay. We didn't pick. Great. Oh, yes, we did. Okay. We did. All right. So the contract that I'm looking at is the $75 strike. Stock's at 78 right now. It's cost us $3.50 to put that position on. So basically we need the stock to go below 75 for us to make some money here. We're kicking it a month out. We're not doing the weeklies. We'll go a month out. So that way, if we do get it, I'm a more conservative trader. If we do get it wrong, we'll at least, be able to tuck our tails between our legs and run there with run away with a little bit of money in our hands. So there it is, guys. I am throwing the puts out there on Planet Fitness. We're giving it a crack into earnings. Oh, no trading permissions. Wrong account. Now let's try it. There it is. Go, go, go. All right. The order is out there, guys. I'm throwing it out there to you. If you guys like Planet Fitness, you'd go long. You would buy the stock at $78 into earnings. Throw me a 1 in the chat. You don't like it, you would hit it into earnings just like I am. Throw me the 2. You can't abstain, right? You got to pick one direction or another. I want to see where everybody's at on this one. But there is my bear case on Planet Fitness. Again, I'm looking at the social data. I think nobody's created new memberships this year. It's going to screw them on revenue for the next year. We'll get some downward earnings revisions, wave of downgrades, etc. Whew.
I think that's interesting. I mean, I didn't see the mention thing that you have up here. I think that's, very good. Yeah, like you said, earnings are risky. So that's definitely one. If you want it to be really risky, you try out those TTDs. I mean, they've been doing really good quarter over quarter. So
wait, what's the TTDs?
TTD is the stock that I was talking about that could help out the advertising.
They're reporting tomorrow.
Correct.
All right, let's look at this earnings. Okay, yeah, look at this. All right, so I'm looking at the earnings history for Trade Desk ticker TTD. Yeah, they beat pretty much every single time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but that's a risky one because the contracts are very high priced.
Yeah, I mean, yes, and that's why again, I went out a month. I won't win as much if I'm right. I won't lose as much if I'm wrong. But there's the move, guys. Well, we'll be updating on that trade tomorrow and Friday, obviously. Mm-hmm. But Nick, awesome having you on as always. And tell us, where can people keep in touch? How can they follow along, get more ideas, etc.
Yeah, I mean, everyone could, if you want to join my chat service, you could, sign up at www.bulltradefinder.net. I'll post it in the chat too, and you could use discount code BZ25, capital B, capital Z. 25 for 25%.
Benzinga, baby, let's go.
Yep. Let's post it in the chat for everyone.
Cool. All right, man. Thanks for hopping on as always and delivering some ideas. Again, give us the tickers one more time. You did
FLNT, ITP, and VISL. I'm putting them in chat as well.
All right. VISL, I'm in. A lot of small stocks. Be careful. But we got the setups. Cool.
Okay. Thank you,
All right,
Luke.
man. Peace. Thanks for joining.
Have a good one.
All right, guys. There was the trade. I said I was gonna do a ballsy pitch today. I did. There it is. You saw me buy it live on the show. Let's check back in. Let's see if that order filled or not. Still submitted. Maybe we'll give it a little bit. Maybe we got to raise the price that we're going to pay for those puts. But it's hanging out there. I asked you guys. I said, if you guys like Planet Fitness into earnings, throw me a 1. If not, throw me the 2. And we have a little bit of a mixed crowd. If I had to guess, I'd say there's more people who don't like it than do. My favorite comment: I would just avoid training Planet Fitness altogether. Okay, fair, whatever. Yeah, maybe more 2s. All right, we got a decent number of votes here, but guys, it's time to bring out the lizard. I think y'all have been waiting. You've been asking this whole show. When are we getting the Lizard King on here? Highly requested guest. Been too damn long since he's been here with us. All right, let's get some special sound effects. Let's introduce this hot guest. Ready? I'm gonna do a triple sound effect at once. I've got my soundboard here, guys. Okay. I'll hold this up in the camera so you can see it live too. Ready? What's up?
What's going on, Luke?
Not too much, man. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Doing well. Glad to have you here as always. The emojis are coming out in the chat.
Lizards. I love it. Let's go, lizards.
Dude, your Twitter feed is like my favorite feed to follow because it's just people just like spam posting lizard gifs, lizard emojis.
Always lizard green.
Lizard green, baby. And where did lizard come from again? Remind us.
I was watching. My Twitter was Stock Heisenberg from Breaking Bad. And then I was watching The Office and he's like, you didn't even know my real name. I'm the fucking Lizard King. And I'm like, I love that. And I just made my Twitter that and then lizards are green. So
boom. Yeah. There it is. Lizard King. Yes. If you guys want a Twitter feed that's more entertaining than mine, has better ideas than mine, this is the one to follow. But what's up, man? What have you been watching recently? What's hot right now? I'm getting cracked today. Are you getting cracked?
I had probably one of the best days I've had in like 6 months today. Let's go. Yeah, it was a big profit taking day for me. I've been just keeping my eyes on all these crypto plays and really trusting my gut on them. And we're seeing Bitcoin. I think, let's see what the price is at right now. Bitcoin's at 50. Yeah, Bitcoin's at 51,345. So my big play today was EBON. I got into this about 550-ish. There was an offering. I picked up some more lower fives. And then, I held on to it. We got some news today that this company, they make chips for Bitcoin miners. And then today they announced
EBON, Echo Bravo Oscar November, but keep going.
Yeah. So they make chips for Bitcoin miners. And then today they put out some PR that says they're mining Bitcoin, but over 100% profits. I took on this and then I'm holding some more because they're also announcing a cryptocurrency exchange coming out in Q1 of 2021. So I'm holding on for that PR. But yeah, if any dips that come on this, I'm going to be buying more.
I mean, that means like within the next 5 weeks, basically, right?
Yeah. And that was the main that was the main catalyst I was holding for. But then we got some good news today, and I took some profits up there at around 11. Really good one. But yeah, it's just trusting my gut that I'm so bullish on Bitcoin right now. I think we're going to see 100K sooner than later. We just saw ARK and Cathie Wood just bought some more GBTC. If I see Elon Musk and Cathie Wood buying more into Bitcoin and Bitcoin assets, like load me up.
Yeah, dude, get this. We did an article yesterday. Chris Gatch wrote it. And basically it's Tesla's made more money with its Bitcoin holding than it did selling cars last year. In terms of pure profit. Producer Aaron dropped the one in the chat. It's a great read. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, I'd like to read that. And there's other big companies looking at that and be like, maybe we should be doing that too. And we're going to see that happen. There was like maybe 3 days ago, there's a $5 billion Bitcoin, a Bitcoin move that somebody was moving around like $5 billion of Bitcoin. So I think we're going to, we're going to see some big names come into the space. But yeah, I like that Cathie Wood just got into some more GBTC and she, there's an interview she put out about a month ago saying how that's like her way of playing it because something to do with the IRS. She gets taxed harder if she's on Bitcoin.
Okay. All right. I get it. And we're actually interviewing her March 4th.
That's
so
awesome.
Before that, you and I will have to loop up, and Jason's going to be the one interviewing her. We'll loop up, and we'll have to get some questions in there.
What's up, Jason? What's going on?
Uh-oh. Jason, you're frozen.
Luke.
You're frozen. You're like your face is stuck and your voice is robot-y. The robot.
Tunnel.
Yeah, he's in a tunnel in Florida. Jason, maybe throw us a refresh and see if that'll help. All right. Yeah, your face is frozen. We can sort of hear you. All right, he's gonna work on that.
Yeah.
All right, so eBang. First of all, great name of a company.
Yeah.
Right? Any company that has bang in the name, probably a bullish sign. We should maybe make an ETF for that. But ticker EBON, Echo Bravo Oscar November. You're up 100% on it. The next catalyst is that they're doing an exchange.
Yep.
And that's what you're looking out for.
Yeah, and there's really not many cryptocurrency exchanges to be traded on the stock market, other than there's one SPAC in the moment that I'm looking into. I think it's a VIH. Don't quote me on that. It's something with a V, but there's not many crypto exchanges, so I think that news will really send this one running.
Have you looked at Voyager Digital? That's been my best performing stock of all time.
Really? No, I haven't. Are they in crypto?
Yeah. So it's a crypto trading platform.
Yeah.
We actually had the CEO on this show back October of last year. The stock was 66 cents. Right. We got like so much hate for having such a small stock on here. It's $20 today.
Well, yeah.
So Jason and I both were in that one and just hanging out in it.
Well, that's so I put out a tweet a couple weeks ago saying how we saw all the clean energy plays run to $20 from pennies to $20. And that's kind of where I took it this year, at the beginning of this year, into these crypto plays, thinking we're going to get those same kind of moves in all these because of how bullish Bitcoin and the entire cryptocurrency market is. And right now I'm getting those kind of moves like SOS. I added that at $2 a couple weeks ago. I even got some of that around 180. And that hit, way up there. Yeah. I sold a good chunk of that today.
So do you still have a piece of it?
Yeah, I'm still holding some. I want 20 on it at least.
So what is it that made you so bullish on Bitcoin? What was it, like momentum flying into it, or what was it?
I started my trading journey in cryptocurrency back in 2016, and I went through that whole bull market and then watched it all crash down. And I saw the big problems that were causing the market to fail then. And now I'm seeing all of the pieces that needed to be moved go into place now. And I'm like, now we're really gaining traction for this to become into the mainstream. And every day we're getting new news that is just better and more bullish for the entire crypto market. So and even last year, just seeing Mara and Riot, how hard they ran off of even smaller Bitcoin moves.
I mean, still look at this. Riot, $70 freaking. I looked at it this morning. It wasn't at 70 yet. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, wait. This is a 1 year chart of Riot, guys.
Yeah. November.
Am I still frozen?
Candles.
You're better now.
All right. So
you're
to make sure I'm good. Who would you say that I'm interviewing, Luke?
Kathy Wood.
Yeah.
Do you know
March
her?
4th or 3rd. I know her. She's just on. I watched the whole. I had to watch some stuff to make sure I captured it. So you guys are.
Do not watch the competing programming, dude. The CNBC interview is probably so boring. It's gonna make your interview worse.
So you're right. You guys you're talking crypto. So you're talking Voyager, but there's a new ETF play too, Luke, out of Osprey or something. And then Scott,
shout out to our boys at Rex Shares.
Rex Shares, yeah. Oh my God, Riot Blockchain's at $70.
$70. That's what we just said. Here's a 1 year chart, dude.
Oh my, and they're based out of here in Miami. I should go and interview the guy, because you guys know this was like conspiracy back in the day. Riot Blockchain. If you go look in the history of Riot Blockchain, it's an interesting story. I cannot believe it's at $70.
Yeah,
that is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Oh my God, are you guys in it at all?
I sold this around 30. I'm not in it. But then I moved into some other blockchain plays. I wish I was still in it. I'm still holding some Mara with a really cheap average.
Oh, you have Mara? Okay.
Yeah.
You have Mara?
That's
yeah. Look at that.
Okay.
1 year.
Are the lizards in here, Luke? Do we get the lizard fans in here? Because you have one of the most devoted, loving community of you ever.
Yeah, I love them all.
Like, they love you, man. You're Lizard King. Where are you?
I love them back.
And the Twitter feed is so entertaining. That's the way I opened it. I said, if you guys want the most entertaining comments on a Twitter feed, you want to see lizard gifs and emojis all day, every day, which I do.
Put them in the chat.
Twitter. Yeah, there's the lizard emojis coming out in the chat. Let's go.
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
What's the point of making money if you can't have fun? You know, that's what I like to do.
Exactly. But Luke, if my audio screwed up, tell me and I'll go to a different place.
It doesn't sound good. Like it sounds like you're calling in like with a phone to a radio show.
Oh, okay. I'll switch it up in a second.
It's fine, but yeah, not great.
I'll switch it up. Luke, are you surprised they didn't call me to testify for the Washington tomorrow?
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, Lizard King, we were the room where it happened. We had Citron on, Andrew left, and then he was on, the stock was at 40, and then all these people, the Wall Street bettors came in, and it went to like 75. We were the room where it happened. They were calling me a boomer because I didn't own it. I was like forced to buy in 200 shares, 100 shares at GameStop. I bought it, and the rest is history. Then it all started. I'm
more surprised that they didn't call me. I think it was the soundboard, you know.
You scared
drop
them.
a bomb.
All right, I switched mics. Do I sound better now?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you sound better.
You just upgraded like 100 years. It's like Benjamin Graham Bell or whoever came up with the telephone. It's like you're on his shit and now you're in the 21st century.
I just want it to be great for Lizard. Now, Lizard, where are you based out of? Beautiful. You're not in Florida. Oh, you want glasses? I
live right outside of Boston. Oh, fire! Let's go.
Yeah,
that's a fresh.
Should I show the real background right now?
Yeah, let's see it.
Let's see it. Do you guys want it? Wait, first, hold on. Let me do this. 1 sec. I'll be right back.
All right. So give us some other names. You talked about some of the crypto stocks. Are there other names you like?
There's a new crypto one that I just got into today. LGHL.
Wait. I own that.
Go a little slower.
You own it? I'm buying more then.
No, don't. I bought it because someone told me, and I may have sold a little bit today.
It's okay. Well, I'm holding it. I got
LG what?
LGHL.
HL. So okay. Lima
$8 to $10.
Lima. There it is. Lion Group.
Yep. If this dips, I'm gonna buy more. They have they're about to close on a deal where they're buying that's beautiful. I'm coming down there to visit you.
Wait, hold on. Too fast. Do it again.
Sorry.
Get the full pan.
Yeah, let's see it.
I'll do it a better time. So give me a sec, okay?
All right. We're going back to the LGHL.
Yeah, because the sun is not the right sun right now.
You're so picky. Look at this. Look at my background.
Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. Look at this person's look at this person's mask. Oh my god. Look at this person's mask coming around the bend. Can you see inside? Can you see the wait, hold on.
We gotta make you bigger.
You gotta see this mask. Oh my god, guys. Look at this mask. See it? It looks like a mask to me. Look at that mask.
Box over her head?
I guess.
Looks like Darth Vader.
Yes. Darth Vader's here is what I'm telling you guys. Okay? Sorry. So LGHL, let's talk a little bit more about it. So it's another crypto play. I got into it a couple days ago. And is this one you're going to keep picking off shares? What do you think?
I wanted to get some. I added some first around 370, and it started to move a little bit quicker than I wanted. But if this gets any dips or an offering, I'm definitely going to buy more. But they're closing in on a deal with Lion FinTech Group. It's expected to be announced that the deal's closed by March 31st.
Wait, is that Money Line?
Yeah. No. Different Lion.
Okay.
And guys, I've got to leave you. I've got to get back to building a little bit here at Benzinga. Jason, if you're having internet issues, text me. I'll be back. And ZingerNation, I'll be back at 3 o'clock Eastern, 3 p.m. Be hanging out with the guys from Doe for a little bit. We're going to talk about that Planet Fitness trade, get their read on it, talk about the stocks they're trading. So we'll be back at 3 o'clock. Until then, happy trading.
All right. Thanks, Luke. So Lizard King, in the chat, they're talking about the warrants, and warrants are good if the deal happens. He said LGHL has warrants at 60 cents. So, like when I bought CCIV, I bought the stock and I bought warrants.
Yep, same.
Okay, you do the same thing.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
So,
I have a video on my YouTube if you don't know what warrants are. I focus on SPAC warrants. If anybody's in here watching it, I break it down how you can play them. I love warrants are great.
Aaron, can you put a link to a video on the SPAC warrants? Warrants are great. And so, yeah, I didn't sell any LGHL. I just bought it, and I think I'm holding on to it. So I didn't sell it.
I think we'll see. I think we'll see like $8, 8 to 10 on that.
Yeah, 8 to 10. And how long have you been trading for?
I started trading crypto back in 2016. That's when I first got into trading. And then around 2018, when the crypto market kind of crashed, I started going into small cap stocks. And since then, I've been, doing my thing.
Got it.
And then,
okay.
It's just been crazy.
And how did you develop all the lizards, though?
I have a Discord channel, just organically on Twitter, posting my ideas, trying to teach people how to trade. I really I know all the issues that I had when I first started trading, and I learned everything that I know from YouTube, basically. And so I like to teach people, the most simple way to do things. And that's what I try to do with my YouTube. And I want people to break the system.
And you have such a strong community. People say sometimes when you're trading at home, you get lonely. But but do you get lonely because you have your community, or do you miss the human interaction in person? Would it be cool if you were sitting right here on the couch next to me?
Oh, it would be awesome. I would love that. And once COVID's all done, I would love to host an event at some point, and get all these traders, because just the entire FinTwit community is a big family. And I think it would be great. But with Discord and everything, it's less lonely in a time where, we can't really be with each other. And the Lizard King Trading Group family, we're literally like a family, and we love each other. And yeah, it's great.
Totally. I see it. And we have an events team. So if you ever need help with that, we've thrown we rented out half the Fountain Blue last year.
Awesome,
so that was for our cannabis investing event. But yeah, that is what's your take, man, on shrooms, on psychedelics?
A lot of them are, I think all of them are. There might be one or two that aren't OTC. I don't really get into the OTC plays, but I think that, I think there's going to be, money to be made in that market. I don't know too much about it. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people are buying, a lot of people are buying MindMed, MMEDF. We had them on our small cap conference. It was like at 70 or $1.20. So it has risen a lot. Now, the thing I will say, I'm getting reach outs from people that are mainstream investors saying, should I buy MindMed? So it has the, it has like the panache of it has the panache of, the attraction of it has the word, the valuation may be high, but people are talking about it a lot right now.
Yeah. And I also think one thing, I think that'll be, so right now I've been doing a countdown on Twitter of how many stocks there are left under $1 that aren't OTC. And there's maybe 5, it's fluctuating between 4 to 13. And I think we're seeing a lot of people get into OTCs because of that. And I think those shroom ones are going to be some of the first to go, because those are definitely probably some of the most talked about OTC stocks.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I agree. I mean, so when do you what is your favorite kind of trade? Do you have one, or are you just equal opportunist and don't care? What is your favorite kind of trade?
Finding a play right at support in a sector that I think is, hot or going to be hot. So I'm really my main thing is, finding plays right at the moving averages, at the 200 or 50-day moving average, or just bottomed out. Like EBON, I saw that there was a double bottom a week or two ago. And I like support. I don't like to chase. I never, if it's up a bunch, I won't, rush into it. And that's how I stay profitable most of the time, because I don't get caught up. There's always another play. But yeah, really just not getting caught up in the hype and getting in before the hype.
So one of my mistakes, I would say, is I bought lithium stocks like LTHM 2.5 years ago. I started buying at 10, and then I bought as it went down to 6 and 5 and 4. So I made money on it, but I buy way too early sometimes. And how do you handle that? How do you know, the timing? Timing is really tough, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's why you just go in with a plan and don't overextend yourself in a certain play. And if you do the DD on the companies, then you don't have to be so worried about it. Like one play that kind of reminds me of getting into early was I was in Givo at like 45 to 50 cents, and
Okay.
and I was sitting there and everyone's I was tweeting about it and people are like, oh, this thing sucks, it never moves, and I'm like, I want to sell. I got so close to selling, and then like 2 days later, the PR came out that sent it to like $4 from 50 cents. And it's just trusting your gut on certain sectors that are hot. And I think the biggest part is people go in too big. They get excited about something. They put in too much money and they can't wait because they have so much money in there. So smaller swing position plays and trusting your intuition.
I should take this computer and find a gecko. There's geckos everywhere here. Like I'm gonna step on one today, and it flew under my feet. I could find a gecko like in 4 minutes, probably. There's so many. But
that's awesome.
And you're right. Like I own that lithium, and then Elon Musk had that battery day, and he's like, lithium is plentiful. We're gonna do another deal with this. So I'm like, okay. So maybe my lithium isn't the best trade. And so then I, took some lithium off, but then it turned out that was the timing. And so so I'm glad I kept some. But I'm trying to see what background's the best for people. I should 360 it right now. And so do you make multiple trades a day, or is it a few trades a day? How do you go about that?
It'll change from how the market is playing out. Right now, I haven't been doing many day trades, and I've been doing mostly swing trades. And that's just because that's how I feel the market is going right now. When sometimes there'll be less momentum in the swings, and I'll just jump into day trades right off open, and that's how I'll do it.
Got it. So and then when you're in your how many people do you have in your room, basically?
Oh, we have about 18,000. I think we're pushing right now.
18,000.
Yep.
Okay, so you have about 18,000. All right, and so and do you know the people's names? Is it too big of a community to really get to know them, or what's it like? I guess.
So I have a premium service and then a free side of it, and the premium one we're really like a family. In the premium side, we have we're a couple hundred members, and we're really close knit.
Okay, we got a hacker behind us, and the premium, and so that's who you're close knit with. Okay, and so right now you like LGHL. What other stocks do you like? What else do you like?
So today was I had a bunch of plays that I liked, and then I sold a good chunk of them, and now I'm just riding free shares on most of them. But now I'm starting to look into new sectors. Really, I'm looking into what ARK is investing in, and seeing where they're going and what's going to be hot in the future. Right now, I'm really starting to dig around for 3D printing plays. I think that's going to be a huge sector that nobody's really talking about yet. 3D printing, cybersecurity are ones that I'm digging around for. And then, of course, when we're getting blockchain news on some of these, they're just going crazy. So I'm always watching out for that. But
so on the 3D printing, I agree with you. What is one of what's a 3D printing stock that is out there right now?
There was X1. It actually just went from XONE. It just went from $10 to $60 the past couple of weeks, and I had some in the 20s. And after I saw that move, I was like, I need to find some more plays that are doing this. I think VJET is another one, VJET. But there's no small cap one, so that I can see right off the bat. But I'm still looking around.
Yeah,
and then space.
Yeah, space. People don't stop talking about space. Do you own any of it?
I don't own anything in space really yet. Waiting to find the right one.
Yeah, I mean, Kathy Wood was just talking about the space ETFs. I mean, it is. I mean, they don't stop. They keep moving. So,
and if you're on here watching this and you haven't looked at ARK Invest's 2021 presentation, it's so good. You need to go check that out. They talk about all the hot sectors that are going to be this year and looking into the future. It's really insightful.
And my challenge is Lizard King. I'm interviewing her, as you heard, March 3rd or March 4th. and I have to. They put out so much information, so I have to like do so much diligence. It's gonna be. Yeah. It's almost like I wish they put out way less, so it'd be easier for me.
There's a lot there.
There's a lot, and then NNDM is another one that she put out at 6 or 7. That was one of the ones that I liked, I guess.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, will you come on more often? And definitely. Your family, whatever you want or whatever you need, we're here for you. I don't know if you have a Benzinga Pro X, we'll get you news, but you're just a good guy. When I first met you the first time at that event, I was like, that's one of my favorites. Like, and I DM'd you. You're one of my favorites by far. And we should do like a Miami get together and something and like.
Yeah, I would so be down to do that, because this Twitter community, it's awesome. It would be such a great event. There's so many people that would love to do that.
Yep. Yeah. And we'll bring in some speakers. Like, I don't know, Kevin O'Leary's right down the street from here. He'll come. Like, I got, Portnoy's actually in town down the street as well. We'll get him to do some pizza reviews, maybe. I don't know, what have you.
Yeah.
So it's like a good spot, and we'll, figure it out. But
let's do that.
You're the man, and you guys look at this. This guy is the man, not just because it's picks, but he gives more than he receives. No, but you've always given more than you received. You've just been a nice guy, and people like that. You're not an asshole. And like some people think they need to be a jerk to like get attention, and I don't see that from you. I mean, I really would like to dig down and interview some of your users because no, seriously, there should be like a story about you, where you came from, and then what you've done, and then how you develop this community. I mean, you don't just develop a community by being right on stocks. You develop a community by being who you are, by being like, I think it's freaking amazing. And so there should be that story. And I know you would say it's not about you, it's about the community. I know that. So that's why I asked in the community, they would give the real answers and say, well, this guy is, I mean, look at that. Lizard took me from $300 to $25,000 in just a few weeks.
That's J-Rock. Yeah.
How did you do that, man?
Just teaching people how to play smart and avoid FOMO and getting in the right plays. It's all mental. This is I would say like 85% of this whole stock market is mental and controlling your actions and teaching people that is, I think that's the biggest part. And once that clicks in their head, that there's always another play, you don't have to chase everything. And I think that's a big gear that gets turned that helps people level up as a trader.
How do you one question, you say it's all mental, but like, how do you know? I know there's no exact science, but when do you know to give up on a trade? Like, how do you know, like, when it's time? Is it like when it goes down 3 days in a row, or is it when you're just taking a technical trade? Like, how do you give up on a trade?
So I always go into a play with a plan, and I normally will put a level of support, and depending on how much I am trusting in the company, maybe I'll sell half of my shares. But yeah, it's always having a plan. You can't just go in and buy stuff and like, if it goes down 3 days, I'll sell it. You have to, have some sort of plan, but it's, looking for support, watching the moving averages, watching the volume. If volume dies out, that's another indicator to watch.
Okay. That's actually okay. That's great. All right, guys, follow Stock Lizard King on Twitter. Give us a like or subscribe to YouTube. And appreciate you, man, coming on. I know you're a busy dude, so we appreciate it greatly.
Yeah, I'll be hopping on more often.
Next time,
send me a message, whatever. Yeah, let me know.
Next time we'll do it together in person. You should be here. I'm sorry I didn't get you guys all. I'm sorry I didn't get you guys all the sites, but just whatever. Yesterday was raining like cats and dogs, so today at least it was not raining. So all right, guys, thank you, Lizard King.
It's snowing over here.
They say I'm very pasty. So trying to get some sun here.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Talk to you later. Thank you. All the best. Peace. All right, guys. That was Lizard King. He's the man. Follow him on Twitter. Appreciate him greatly coming on. Lizard King should be the owner of Benzinga. He could run it for a few days, see what he does. Let's do it. Follow us on YouTube if you just came in. We really appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button. Maybe turn on notifications. We're going to put a little less videos out there. There's too many little short clips. We're going to limit it. But Lizard knows his stuff. He is the man. And we say it like it is. We tell trades. I have a couple unprofitable trades recently, or actually just today. And so I'm annoyed by it. But that's the markets for you. We're here live. And I'll share my screen in a second. We know we did Benzinga Pro earlier. as you guys know, I've been trimming Tesla since 864, but it's holding up at 780. But I just, it's 45% of my portfolio. One of the trades that's successful today that we did yesterday is VISL, Victor Igloo. I got to share my screen. Victor Igloo, Sammy, Lisa. That is, oh wait, we got someone maybe here that's in the waiting room. I'm not sure. Let me check. Okay. All right. We got to reschedule here. Okay. So Simba Stocks, new guest coming on. Simba Stocks, are you here?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
What's the good word?
Had some furniture coming today. I'm redoing like my whole house, so I still got to redo the office and everything. But
where do you live?
I'm in Miami.
You're in Miami. You're right down the street. Are you in North Miami, South Miami? Where are you?
Right by the Aventura Mall.
You're right by Aventura Mall.
Yeah.
Are you Mystic Point? Mystic Point? Where are you?
Off of Ives Dairy.
Yeah. How about me? We're about less. We're probably about less than a half mile away. Take a guess where I am now. Take a guess where I'm at. Yeah, where am I? I'm at a hotel. Take a guess.
W.
Come on. No.
It's
very. No. You just told me by Aventura Mall. Either you're lying to me or you don't know.
I don't know.
I just said we're 300 yards away or less amount. So I'm that close to you. So the kid-friendly hotel by Aventura Mall. You don't know what that is?
Kid-friendly? I'm not going to kid-friendly places.
All right. This is suspicious. This is suspicious. There's only one hotel you can stay.
I mean, if you're going to a hotel in Miami, you're not going somewhere where the kids are running around.
Why wouldn't I? I have 3 kids. I'm 42 years old. I'm an old man.
Yeah, tell me.
Wow, I am like shocked. You didn't know. Turnberry.
I honestly have no idea. I actually don't go anywhere here except to the Aventura Mall, to Miami, or to Fort Lauderdale, like Las Olas.
So you don't see those big water slides in the sky right by Aventura Mall?
No.
Oh my! How long have you lived here?
I've been in this area like 10 months now.
Okay. All right.
I pretty much just get on 95 and go to Miami. I only go to the Aventura Mall, like here or there, and that's it.
Have you been to Komodo?
Yeah.
Got it. That's a good place.
Yeah,
it's in Brickell. So what kind of stuff are you trading?
So we mostly do option trades in our group for the most part, but recently we've been playing a lot of the small caps. They've been getting a lot of attention. A lot of these clean energy companies, some battery companies, some of the metals as well. Recently, we caught DNN. I think we caught that off your scanner actually as well.
DNN?
Yeah, DNN. Yeah, that was a good one. We're swinging that right now.
So you caught that on the Benzinga Pro scanner?
Yeah. So what we use for the scanner,
Brett, before you go and explain, explain for a few minutes because I'm going to get my charger to charge. I'm just going to have you take over for a minute, and I'll be there right back. But explain how you found DNN, okay?
Yeah, cool.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, so what we do, guys, is for the most part, one of our analysts, one of the admin in our group, he mostly uses the Benzinga scanner. He filters it by the gainers and losers pre-market for the session, and he'll usually look for anything between 0 to 2 billion market cap. For the most part, we try to find something with at least 200 million, but we could, be in a rough area right around 150 to 200 million. So we just set it to 0. Price between $0 to $5, because obviously if you get a big surge on some of these small cap names and you catch a breakout, you're able to capitalize pretty well on, $1 or $2 move, which at that point can be at least, 30 to 50%. So that's pretty much how we caught that one a couple of days ago. We also saw some call flow coming in. We use a lot of the option call flow that's on Benzinga also to kind of, we don't use it as a direct indication to enter a trade, but you can use it as kind of like some type of confirmation. So if it looks good on the chart, you see some call flow coming in, it's a good idea to take a stab at the trade for the most part. But we're in DNN on that. We caught, let's see, what else we caught? I think SENS. Yeah, SOS and SENS recently. We've been in those for a little bit. There was a big pullback today on SOS, but I think it was a liquidity grab. So we grabbed a little bit more around $10, $10.30. Yeah, I was just telling him, Jason, that we basically filter it by small caps with 0 to 2 billion market cap, and then 0 to 5. Try to catch like a $1 to $2 move on some of these guys. It can easily be 30 to 50% at least. So.
Yeah, I see DNN moving. I was listening the whole time. I got the headset. I just the mic, so I listened the whole time. But no, that's sweet. You move to the price and you move the mover. You can do pre-market, on this screen here. And yeah, I see that. And
we'll position size, like we'll usually do shares, but sometimes we'll go with like the nearest at the money or in the money call. If there's an out of the money call that's like a month out or so, that's relatively cheap, that we can see, if we get a short squeeze up, we'll easily break out. Then we'll usually go a little bit into some of the call flow that's posted, because usually it'll match up with our TA. So those have been working really well also for the most part. But a lot of these pennies, it's good to also just do shares, because if it consolidates a little bit at certain ranges, you're going to get decayed on some of these options. But if you go a month out, you're usually pretty safe. So usually when we're sizing it, just on our normal position size, you could even split your normal position size, like 70% shares, 30% into one of those calls or options.
I had a situation. I was long Wingstop calls, and I was up. I was Wingstop, WING.
Yeah,
and I was.
They got crushed on earnings today.
It got crushed. It got crushed. It got crushed. And
so this is what we do real quick while I'm looking at it right now. Right at the 200-day moving average, it's exactly where it bounced. So that's one of our best indications for the most part, especially if you're really far away from your 200-day moving average. If you get ever an earnings pullback or some type of news, right? Some catalyst that brings you back down to earth there. 9 times out of 10, we're going to play a month out or a 3-month swing on that play. You don't even need to really pull up the exact TA on it. Besides that, okay, we get a pullback to the 200-day moving average, as long as it lines up with one other type of previous resistance that might be support now. So if you look at it, November 17th was the high. You got it up there, yeah. So you got November 17th as the high previously, right? And then you broke out, retested, and came back up. Now we're bouncing right at the 200-day moving average if you put it on there, and it's right exactly lined up with that previous high on November 19th. So something like that's where we look to enter positions on big red days, which is also where we use the scanner sometimes. I myself do mostly bigger cap or higher cap stocks for the most part. So I'll look for the biggest losers and try to find some support around some of these zones on the daily or the 4-hour to enter a swing. So something like this would have been good today, but honestly, today I'm just riding Shopify and Amazon.
So on this one, here it was a reminder of me being too greedy. I was up on my options like 85%. I was up on my options on this, and I didn't take a profit. Maybe I sold like a couple, but I really didn't take a profit on it, and I should have, because all those options that I have are getting killed. Now maybe I should buy more options. I bought more stock. I just don't know if you're going to be going down for a couple more days or what have you. So, but that's just an example of like, yes, I like the long-term story on Wingstop, but I should have maybe taken more of a profit on Wingstop today. And so that is a lesson for me. Or not today, before today.
Yeah, I mean, right before earnings, right? Like right now, it was pretty much at all-time. Is this all-time? Yeah, it's all-time highs, right? The previous high was the middle of last year, right? And it was at 170. So you were right there. So it's really, this type of trade's like a make it or break it on earnings. So, you're going to get aggressive in either direction.
Totally. And I honestly, knowing that the risk profile, I should have maybe cut 50% of my options, because I like Wingstop long-term, but I didn't know if the earnings today were going to crush it or not, or yesterday. And so they didn't, and the stock and the options. So I got killed on it. Now, did we talk VISL? That's a stock I bought yesterday. Victor Igloo, Sam, Lisa. Okay, so VISL, something to do with drones and stuff. One of the guys we had in the show yesterday, he loves it, so we bought it. The Atlas guys, and
nice, yeah, they're great.
And so one exactly. And so one person said, "What's a good options trade on VISL?" I don't know. I pulled up because I didn't know. If you were,
all right, let's see.
I don't know if you're.
Yeah, I can pull it up. Let me see.
No analyst ratings on VSL. I mean, I don't know. Now that I had my shit handed to me on my games, my Wingstop options, I'm like, maybe I need to, take off some of my big winners right now.
Yeah. So what you can do, so like on this type of trade, right? I mean, you're at a clear resistance here, also pretty much from the initial like death, I guess you could say, from 5 where it dropped all the way down to $1 back in August 2019, right? So right here, you're getting some wicks right around this area if you look at like the weekly chart. But if you're able to close above here, you pretty much got a straight shot back to like 750 or so, I'd say, somewhere around there, which would be the next resistance. So, there's different ways you could play this, right? So we're at 484 right now. Honestly, the options are kind of expensive. March 19th right now, a $5 call is $1.83. So your break even on that 680. Our target is 760 or so. So if it chops around a bit and takes a bit to get there, for a penny stock like this that you could buy an option on, you're not going to get too much out of it unless it breaks out like next week or the week after. So if you're already going to be at your break even price or fully intrinsic at that point from your purchase of premium, then it's a good, it'll be a good trade for sure. But on this one, not too much, I'd say, just because the options are pretty jacked up, it looks like right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we try to get something before everything gets jacked up, because if you're going to be buying when the IV's high, right, and the stock's hot, any consolidation or any drop in the stock's going to crush you. So you want to do something that's probable, right? But you also don't want to buy the highs. Now, you could say it's a little bit down from the highs today, but the IV on the stock, on the options are still pretty heavily weighted right now, I'd say. So,
yeah. Now, do you have long-term holdings too?
So I don't do too many long-term holdings personally. The most I do is like a 6 or 9 month play for the most part, to be honest. I'm gonna wait for the next like crash, I'd say, to really use some of the profits that I've had for the past like year and a half or two. To start a longer term portfolio. But in terms of shares, not really, just looking like for some value plays here and there with different stocks. One of our guys in the group, he does mostly a lot of the long-term plays, so I'll kind of watch there a little bit. Right now we opened today AHAC, I think it's a SPAC. Yeah, we just opened that SPAC today at 1180 right here.
AHAC?
Yeah, so it's a healthcare SPAC. We rode CCIV from like 1280. That was great. Let's see what else we did today. We got that today long term. We did MRK today.
I sold a couple of my CCIV calls today.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold them. I have a couple expiring. What's today? 17th. I have a couple expiring on Friday, and then I have some for March 19th. I'm just gonna probably exercise the shares, honestly.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, that's my plan. I mean, I want to hold it long term. I've been taking profit like every $10 on the way up. So literally, the money I have right now is just free money at this point. It's just a free roll. But something good we just entered long term is MRK. One of our guys signaled that. It's looking like a triple bottom here on the daily chart.
Merck?
It's getting some volume in. Yeah, Merck. They're getting some volume in. Hopefully, it breaks above here. 75, 76 level closes above here. Should hopefully target towards 80 plus again. But we look for mostly, I guess, key levels. We want to see a lot of dips, kind of like we were just talking about with Wingstop, right? Some type of catalyst to drive us down, or just some heavy selling, right? And then you want to see some consolidation, like on Merck here on the daily. You want to see a little bit of consolidation to the side. Now, you could say that, you're looking like possibly a bearish pattern coming in here if we break back down again. But as soon as you get a candle like today, it's MRK.
No, M what? MRK. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, MRK.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, if you pull up the pull up the daily. Yeah, see, so if you get a candle like today where you're breaking above this previous consolidation period around 75, and you get a strong close above there, then it's a good indication, to move higher. So, and it looks good, every time we've hit this level around 73, 74, we've bounced. So it's a good trade by one of our admin following right now.
Okay, all right, and so
by the way, for the most part, like it's like I have 5 clones of myself. So we trust each other. It's just so much easier when you got a bunch of people scanning the entire market. We don't like sector off to each other at all or anything like that, but it's just very easy to collaborate together, which I think makes it a lot easier, especially when you're trading. Having a bunch of people around you who know what they're doing or to learn off of really helps you out.
Yeah, totally, and that's why with the Benzinga Pro, we try to give make it easier to sort out what's moving, what's not moving, and then doing filters like we use the screener here. You can do all this stuff in real time and all that stuff there. And then what else was I going to say? So by the way, so you live in Aventura, and do you know who used to own this? Like the guy that started that bought Aventura when it was wetlands was Donald Sofer. Donald Sofer and Jeff Sofer owned the Fountain Blue. They own Turnberry, where I'm at, and Jeff was here earlier today, but Donald I met here about a year ago. He's the one who bought all of Aventura, literally all of it back in the day, and he still owns like the mall and a few other things. And so I'm walking distance from the mall right now.
That mall's packed.
Yeah,
all the
so
time. Even now.
I know, and so we're walking distance from it. So that's we sometimes go to dinner, but it's this is a good place. When you're driving in Aventura, just look up. There's these slides, and that's what keeps the kids busy. It's it's a great place if you have kids from 3 years old on. So it's a great place for that. Now, if you want, like you said, the Fun Miami, there's a lot of places like the Fun Hotel, the W down in South Beach. That is everything. Yeah, I was there. So, and you've been trading for how long, Simba?
So about 5 years or 6 years now, full time, almost 2.5 now, coming on 2.5.
Oh, hey, so full time. Okay, that's so funny. This guy Aaron that works at our company goes, "How long have you been trading for?" But I didn't see the question. He literally typed it as I asked it. That's funny. So full time, 2.5. How do you like it? What were you doing before you were trading full time?
Yeah, so before this, I was doing health insurance. I was working in an office, and I was just on the computer all day. It's the same thing, same setup for well, I have more screens now, but same thing for the most part. We always have 2 monitors at our desks. It was very easy for me to trade while I was working because when you're doing a sales job, at some type of insurance office, for the most part, it's just a script. So I was doing it for 3-4 years at that point, making pretty good money, but I was trading at the same time because I obviously had the script memorized, so I could literally work and do exactly what I was doing day to day while I was watching the charts and trading at the same time. So went through the trader cycle, right? I turned I think $3,000 or so into $30K in a couple in a week or two. Then literally lost the entire thing in 2-3 days just because I got cocky. Went back, slowly built up the account again to 15K or so. I was putting in check after check every time I got paid into doing this. And after I blew my account the second time, I was like, all right, I really got to take a step back and analyze what I'm doing here. See how these guys who are really doing it full time every single day are actually making money. And it's not by, risking a large portion of your account every day, going all in, doing that left and right. So I realized, 2 to 3% a day, even 1 to 2% a day, you compound that. And after a few months or even years, right, you can really make a substantial living off of it. So once I finally instilled that into my head, I started doing really well. And, I'd start position sizing much smaller. For the most part, I would do 5% max per trade. And, that can consist of a couple things. I could take 10% on a trade with a 50% stop, different things like that. But now I pretty much sit at around 2 to 3% risk per trade, and that can be, you know, the full size of an option. Again, an option with a stop loss, or, you know, some type of penny stock as well. But that's pretty much, I guess, my story. Once I built up the account enough, I just decided to quit the job because, again, when I was taking a break to fill out like applications and different things after I was done selling somebody, I was taken away from trading. And, you know, when you're day trading, you really need like every minute or two. So, yeah, that was pretty much my story, I guess. Now I pretty much swing trade, though, for the most part. I don't day trade too much. But
do you think beginners trade options?
So I think you should paper trade them, yeah. But I really don't think you should start by trading options, because at the end of the day, what you want to do is understand the charts, right? You need to understand the charts, because the charts will tell you what strikes to pick, what time frames to use, different things like that. So if I'm looking at like the daily chart, right, immediately I know what I'm probably not going to play a weekly option, because if I'm charting on the daily, there's no reason to use the weekly, a weekly option, right? I'm going to need at least a month, 2-3 months to let this play out, because if I'm using the daily chart, that means I'm using a time frame. I'm probably looking at least 2 to 3 months of data. So that's how I kind of gauge what option I'm picking in that regard. Now, if I'm using a 5-minute or a 15-minute chart, I'll play a weekly option. Like today on Shopify, once it broke 1380 today, we caught a nice scalp. We're up like 120% on that, and that's like insane gains right now, especially on a large cap like Shopify or Amazon, right? So, you know, it just depends like what you're doing. You know, you can take riskier plays if you have a tighter stop. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can't take some of these risky plays. A lot of these, like, you know, guys or gurus, right? They always talk about other people like doing risky plays, etc. You can take these risky plays. You just have to have your stop on the chart, you know, relatively close, and you have to obey the stop. The hardest part is cutting your losses and taking profits at the right points.
Got it. No, I hear you. That's where we need your guidance. Wait, Brett.
Yeah.
We have a new video graphic, and I haven't seen it in real time. It's a special guest. I want to try, even though you're already here, I want to try it on you real quick. So don't leave me yet. Let's just try this new graphic. All right, here we go. I haven't seen it yet. So if it's something else and I don't know, then whatever. But let's just try it. Okay. All right, Brett Simba from Simba Stocks on Twitter. What's up?
What's up?
That was pretty good, right? Nice to meet you.
Man.
Nice to meet you. We're in Aventura. Let's hang out. Come hang out. Hey, actually, I'll DM you after. Maybe you come here tomorrow.
I'll go to the mall.
Yeah, or no, come to the
or something, or I'll come over to you.
Yeah, or come to the hotel that you don't know about. Yeah, it'll be good. I'll be here until Saturday. So let's do that. I get why you don't know that. You know, you're a local. You're not a guy that's looking at hotels. Why would you stay at a hotel? You got a place, you know?
Yeah.
So, but you know, so yeah. So now they do ask, do you have any calls that you would buy right now?
Right now, let's see. So again, not financial advice, right? But
no, you don't have to have one, by the way. So
we recently we like craft a very long-term like leap, like long-term thing we like right now is craft, and it just had it had an insane day today. It's up 3% right now, but after Craft's earnings, we really like Craft here because if you take a look at the chart, it's finally breaking up. Let me pull it up here. One sec.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Or do you want to share? And I'll just share this. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, I can share my screen?
Yeah. Share your screen. You know how to do it?
Yeah.
You go down and share. Oh, by the way, I'm catching up on chat. Someone says, okay, BZ, can you bring, we'll bring on any Stephen P, any guest you want to bring on, 10 years plus, absolutely. Whatever guest you want to bring on. He's talking about like in the bull market, everyone's a genius. I love when people say that.
Bull market, everyone's a genius. Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing is, you got to be able to know where to take profits though in the bull market, right? And watch these pullbacks with like options. If I share here.
You see how to do it? You got to share first.
Yeah, I'm making sure that I get you on the right one. I just got a new monitor.
Yep.
All right, there we go. Now it should work. Application window. Here we go. All right, cool. Can you see it?
Yep. And then I got to add to the stream. There you go.
All right, cool.
You see it? It's on the screen here.
All right, cool. Yeah, so right now, right, this is the daily chart for Kraft. We're pretty much, basically what happened at Kraft is their entire Kraft and Oscar Mayer brand got like a 40% cut on their valuation during their earnings in 2019. So the company's really struggled, as you can see, throughout this entire past couple of years, 2 years roughly, right? So right now we're pretty much sitting right here at where? Pretty much the gap that we had from that drop. So what we can see here is when we get a big push and we get a good earnings like we just had a couple days ago, where they just sold their planters division. So what that means is they're getting a lot of cash flow back into the company to be able to focus on, you know, things that are internal right now that they already have. I think the problem with Kraft is they own so many different brands. You would never know like all the things they own. They own like Devour. They own a bunch of different condiments that you wouldn't even think were Kraft. Like different meals, different things like that. But anyway, I think they were spread out too much. So selling planters gave them a lot of cash flow, you know, the Mr. Nut guy, to be able to focus on what works for them. So they're having a good day today. I think it's going to fill this gap. So right now we like it to about $41 or so. And then, you know, doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to just close the trade there, but this stock doesn't move too much. So what that means is these options are priced relatively well. So what we took is, let me see here. What did we take? So we took on this a July 16th, 21, $40 call, and it was $1. It was $100, and now let's see where we're at. I have to like pull it up, I guess. Hold on. Where's my phone? Let's see.
As you're pulling this up, Simba, I'm just going through the chat. I don't even know who this guy's talking about, but Ben Matt, you know, behind a screen name, everyone's as tough as can be, you know, just so you know. Ben, they just are. I know that. Ben, Magikz, says, Brett, you start doing well when you stick to your words. A minute ago, you said you wasn't making long terms until after a crash. Then within a minute, you said you made a long term, making your mind up. LOL.
Yeah, I'm not starting a long-term portfolio. I'll enter some long-term positions, but I'm not looking to start an entire portfolio. And then I don't know if you consider 4 months or a 5-month option a long-term play. To me, I don't really consider that.
And then here's where this is what I would love to change in society. I have this thing called STU. Stu is your friend. Seek to understand. But Ben fails to seek to understand. So Ben then writes a second later, pretending not to see the chat. Don't excuse the fact I'm clearly right, which we didn't see the chat. But now let's keep going. Yeah, come over while thread COVID. Okay, hold on. Come over here while threat of COVID. Not even I proved him wrong and they got nothing to say. LOL. He like thinks we're like looking at the chat like right immediate because what he's saying is.
Oh, dude, people in my chat. They know I love roasting people. Like,
facts are very different. LOL. I love it. LOL. Public speakers that are scared to reply. How childish! Oh my god!
Oh, let me pull up this chat. Let's go into the chat.
So Ben, why don't you come on live right now? You want to come on live, Ben? And then let's open up your account and let's put some trades and put your money where your mouth is. Let's do that, Ben. I love, but my whole
chat. Ben has left the chat. Oh no, that's funny. Let's see. Let's see. I'll read the chat. KHC option up 51%. Yeah, there you go.
But my point is, why do people just like make accusations without seeking to understand? I have massy trades coming up in 3 minutes. Oh, so we're off, Brett, in I think 3 minutes, just so you know, because we have awesome options. Just so you know, I'm getting, you know, but I just hate how people don't seek to understand. They make accusations. And that's just what society is. It's like if someone cuts you off on the road, maybe something happened. Maybe they're going to the hospital. Who knows? But just chill out. Seek to understand. That's what
he got caught. He probably got caught holding GME at 450 or something.
Yeah, and so then they blame it on everyone else and don't look
Yeah,
at them.
it's our fault, right?
Yeah, any trade you make is at the end of the day your fault. You're hitting the execution button. If you just make a trade because someone says so, then you're the fool, not the person. Now, if you invested in their ETF and it goes down, that's their thing. But if you're making a trade on your own, it's your fault. That's it.
The only ETF you need is ARC, right? I saw you with Kevin. Yes, Kevin's my buddy. I saw you with. I thought I was going to be able to come on yesterday. I thought it would be fun if we could both come on, but I wasn't able to yesterday. So, but I saw when you pulled up Kathy Wood's number, I was cracking up, man. That was fun.
Yeah. Well, I hid the number, I think, with the name, but I didn't want to do that to her. But yeah, I have her coming on for I have her coming on March 4th for an hour.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna crowdsource it and all that stuff. Yeah, I get an interesting look by someone. Okay, so March 4th. But yeah, that Ben guy just pissed me off. He was talking crap to you. That's just not acceptable to me because you're putting it out there. You know what I mean? You're putting it out there, and you're doing so. Yeah, Ben's gone, of course. All right, man. I know we cut this short a little bit on the options trade, but will you come on again and talk options and more stuff and buys and then maybe we'll get together later this week just to say hello or something.
Yeah, definitely. Shoot me a text. Send me your number.
Ben wrote back. Hit my email and then let's go on. Oh, hit your email. I'll just give it to you right now. But let's go. I'll come on. Okay. We have a phone number that you can call. Then he put a smiley face. Go to my about page.
Go to my about.
You know how to email powerhour@benzinga.com, Ben, and we'll be glad to bring you on. If you want to bring it on tomorrow, Brett, let's do it because we have a 2:00 show starting now. So, all right, Brett, good. Thanks for coming on. I'm going to introduce Mazi Trades, and then there'll be her intro. All right. Thank you. Yep. Thank you. Okay. Now I got. Before we go to Mazi, I just want to do one more thing. You guys, a chat challenge. We'll update later this week, and we'll go from there. And here was the chat challenge, and then Mazi Trades for options. Don't leave. The show goes on. 1 second, guys.
ZingerNation is going head to head to head to head to head.
Perfect. All right, so that will be for the chat challenge tomorrow. We'll have an update, but I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to introduce the much better, knows the markets way more than me. When one day she's going to teach me how to trade options because I don't know what I'm doing. But so there you go, Mazi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You got an exciting show today?
Yes, really exciting. Every day we got an exciting show.
Of course you do. Of course you do. So, all right, I'm going to tune out, and you guys are going to do your intro. Stay tuned, guys. She has great stuff. Listen to the education, and then use that education to make decisions in the market. So, Mazi, take it away.